Yo, what is up, Kings? I hope all is well. We're going to dive right into it. I want to talk about this Shedeur Sanders situation. Sports is not the topic that I talk about the most on this channel. I am very knowledgeable about sports. I played sports at a high level myself. But as I get older, I kind of agree with, I first heard this, and I've said this before, from people like Jay Dyer, who kind of shine a light on how silly it can be to have so much passion with regards to a game that kids play, and basically put all your masculinity, your masculine passion into something that you're not even playing anymore. It's you're not playing in the game. It is kind of silly. And as a Christian man who respects and admires masculinity, as a whole, I don't believe that men should be putting their masculinity into fandom. I think there are way better things that men can put their fandom towards. Now, with that in mind, there are certain topics sometimes that are definitely worth discussion. And doesn't it seem like we eventually always have situations like this where in the NFL, racism, it's the boy who cried wolf, it's the boy who cried racism, is always done. And this even happens to people that by and large I respect. Marquette Devon Burton, I watched a little bit of his stream on this, and the guy is claiming full-blown racism. He essentially was saying that how Shedeur Sanders acts is pure blackness. It's pure, African Americana, and thus the white man wants to hold it down. Now the thing is, the NFL, I'd have to take a look, but I would guess that it's predominantly owned by the tribe rather than white people. But yes, in admin and in management, are there a lot of white people? Sure, but there's also a lot of black people, and I would say it's a disproportionate number. But I don't, that who even really cares about that? At the end of the day, professional sports is 99.99999% meritocracy. Meaning, if you can contribute to the team winning, or you can contribute to the overall success, whether it's monetary, whether it's, the culture, whatever the team can see as a positive attribute that outweighs whatever negatives you have, you are going to be a part of that sports team. It's that simple. That's how it's always been. Now, there are times where the positives they do not outweigh the negatives. Johnny Manziel was yes, for example, Johnny Manziel brought in a lot of money for whatever team he was on, but they didn't win a lot, and he brought a massive headache and massive scrutiny and coverage that they just didn't really want to deal with, and so that's just how it goes. And I at the end of the day, that is just what it boils down to. Shedeur Sanders, I'm going to tell you exactly why this guy didn't get drafted. The guy didn't get drafted because he acts like a punk, and he acts like a prima donna. There are a lot of people that look at him and they see him as privileged. He didn't want to take certain interviews with teams. He shunned off certain teams. He acted like he was too good for certain teams. And here's the thing. This guy is not that talented to be able to do that, okay? He is not that talented. He is not a once-in-a-generation quarterback that is able to shun NFL teams. And overall, I would say Shedeur Sanders is probably one of the most privileged prospects in the NFL if you look at the circumstances that he was raised in, with his dad having all kinds of money, notoriety, fame, clout. I don't think Shedeur Sanders was really that highly recruited coming out of high school, but he was immediately given an opportunity from who? His dad. This guy is more privileged than 90% of the white guys. By the way, guys, if I pause for a second, it's just because I'm driving and I'm, slightly distracted. So this is complete and utter bullshit. The guy has had, a lot given to him. He shunned teams. He acted like he was too good for these teams. Has nothing to do with racism. You think that these teams want the headache of being labeled racist? I mean, it's just so ridiculous. And, for guys like Marquette, I'm gonna fucking call you Marquette now, because guys like you who say shit like this but also call out the race hustlers, it's like, no, you're basically the same thing. You're just a different type of race hustler. That's what you are. And here's the thing, guys. This is just yet another example of how racial relationships are not getting better. They're only getting worse as a whole. We will never be seen in the same light. Blacks as a whole will always play the victim when it suits them, but they will claim to be, this amazing race. They'll claim to be, sorry guys, I had to take a call. They'll claim to be this amazing race when it suits them as well. So this is just how it goes. And this is why I don't even think it's worth it to engage in these discussions anymore. I really don't. It doesn't go anywhere. This is how they see it. They see themselves as oppressed and pinned down. How about all the fucking white people that didn't get drafted as high as they want? What about, were there enough Asian people? I mean, if you really want to play this out, at the end of the day, at least this guy got drafted. So what? He didn't get drafted in the first or second round. The only reason why he's getting this sort of spotlight in the first place is because of what his last name is. Okay? And I know I saw other people say, well, he brought Colorado back from, the precipice of being terrible and yada, yada. Okay, yes, he had some decent college stats. I'll give him that, okay? But he also had Travis Hunter. He also had a lot of other talent that his dad brought in to the University of Colorado that the university has not seen in a long time, okay? I would not put Shedeur Sanders up as a pure NFL prospect. I would not put him up there with the Andrew Lucks and of the world. And my last point that I want to make is the quarterback position is the most important position when it comes to your appearance and your ability to lead and be the representative of the football team. If you can't be that person, then they're not gonna use and waste a first round draft pick on you. All right, guys, maybe I'll talk about this more. I got to get going. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy willow and facts are feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. Love you, kings. See you guys next time. Christ is King. Peace.